G.I. Joe.
Hey everybody, Joe Hunter 73 here. Hope everyone's having a fantastic week. And today we are going to be talking about the 1982 catalog. So I just recently got this in. I didn't have it. I had 83 to up to 89, I believe. So I just didn't have this one. I didn't want to do any more videos of these catalogs, like to 84, since my last video was over 83. I wanted to wait and get my 1982 little catalog, because I know this wasn't going to be a really long one. But before we get into this, if you remember, for those of you that watched my last video and made a comment, I did say in that video that I would go back and during my next video of a catalog review, I would go back and take some of those comments and throw them onto this video, thanking you all and going over some of those comments. And so let's get to that right now. Okay, so here we are in the comments of my last video from the doing the review of the 1983 catalog. And just wanted to say thank you to everyone who left comments and liked my video. So as promised, I'm going to read through some of these comments, maybe all of them, and just give you guys a shout out who was able to pop in a comment. So let's start off with Still a Big Kid. James, I want to say thank you very much for leaving this comment. Love these brochures. I have several different ones as well as some order forms. Great memories. Love the video. Thanks, James. I really appreciate it. Great guy. Can't wait to meet you at Joe Fest this year. Hey, we got Ronnie Trickshot. Thank you, Ronnie. Beautiful request. We need more of this from you. Yeah, I promise. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. But thank you, Ronnie. Anyone that hasn't checked out Ronnie Trickshot's YouTube channel, go check it out. It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. G.I. Jokers, thanks, Steve. Awesome video. Love the old brochures. Great job. So much nostalgia. That's right. There is a lot of nostalgia by looking at these. Yorktown Joe. Yo, bro. Thank you very much for leaving this comment. Appreciate you watching my video. Yeah, man. These things are great. And you're like one of my very first followers that I started following back on Instagram back in 2019. So yeah, man. Foot, thank you, sir. Really appreciate it. You got some mad painting skills. Go check out Foot's Instagram page. He is an awesome dude. Excellent video, bro. I definitely want more. Yo, Joe. Larry Bear, thank you, sir. Great video, Wes. Brought back a lot of nostalgia. That's what this is all about, bringing back that nostalgia. So Taffer 1000, hey Taffer, thank you so much for the for liking this and putting this comment down. Love those frame pictures. Yeah, so in the video you could see my backdrop is all my 3D Joe's posters I got several years ago. And I got them nicely framed and everything. So they're up here in my office. Lilith, hey, thank you, Lilith. You left a wonderful, wonderful comment. Thank you very much. I'm not yet into the, what do you call it? The brochures or catalogs from I guess other side of the sea. I can't, the term is escaping my mind, but the foreign catalogs. I haven't gotten into those yet. Maybe someday, but yes, we can definitely connect. Let's do that. Vagon, really appreciate it. You got a great channel as well on YouTube. Spoon, thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. Love it. All right, so there you go. As always, leave a comment. Drop a like, whatever. Hopefully you like these videos enough to put something down. I just want to know what you guys went through as a kid and your experiences. So again, thank you for leaving these comments down. All right. Thank you all for leaving those comments and watching the video. Do the same thing on this one. If whatever reminds you, whatever memories you have of any of these, right? Any of these catalogs, if you specifically have a certain memory on the 1982 catalog, let me know. I do not remember having this because I didn't get any vehicles. In 1982, I think the only 82 figure I had was Short Fuse. I'm pretty sure he was 82. So anyway, all right. So before we get into 1982, we're going to take a step. We're not going to take a step back. We're going to take a step forward to 1983 again. There was something that I wanted to show you all on 3djoes.com that, and thank you to Carson Metaxas and everybody at 3djoes.com for making that tremendous website for us to have, for all of our Joe enthusiasts out there to have that website. It's just tremendous. There is some more print material released in 1983. I really just want to cover what I have in hand, but I saw some things on there that were really, really cool. I won't do this with every video, going to 3djoes.com to see what else is available, but I wanted to cover a few things on there. So before we get to 1982, let's take a step forward and go into 1983 real quick, and then we'll be right back to 1982. Okay, so here we are back on 3djoes.com, and I have 1983 pulled up. There you see what I covered last week's video of the 1983 catalog. Sorry, I am on my phone. But what I wanted to show you all real quick, just some of the things I thought that was pretty cool that I don't actually have on hand. And like I said, I'm not going to do this for all these videos, but this was just something cool. So first thing off, 1983 Major Blood offer. So it was a direct mail postcard between January 25th and February 28th. The mail order Major Blood was the first swivel arm figure. That's interesting. And shipped in a sealed bag with a red back file card. Later in 1983, Major Blood would be released as a carded figure as part of Series 2. So that's something I didn't realize. And the fact that it was the very first swivel arm figure to be shipped. So pretty cool. Here's the offer that you see. I thought that was pretty cool. And here's some of the letters that people sent with that file. Looks like maybe the box that they got back with Major Blood in it. This offer was not without some controversy. Visit Major Blood page. Okay, well, go to 3djoes.com and visit that page because there's some controversy. Anyway, here's a couple other offers here. Display 2 action-packed G.I. Joe posters. Send in your flag points. Get these posters. Here's the offer for the Manta, or is it the Monta? Tomato. Again, total of 5 flag points and $1 postage and handling. Scans courtesy of Paige and Greg Wagner. Check out their eBay store. Also, the mail away Duke. So we didn't get Duke on card until 1984, but you could get him in 1983 via mail away. I don't think he got him on card in 1983, so I'm pretty sure it was only mail away. And then the 1983 posters and head and wristbands offer. Now, somebody needs to bring back these wristbands. Because, back in the 80s, you weren't cool if you didn't have a headband and wristband, and especially if it was red, white, and blue. You were really rocking there. And I think that is rock and roll with those on. So that's pretty cool. He's styling and profiling with that G.I. Joe head and wristbands. And then here's your offer over here on the left with the 2 posters that you could get. So the other really cool thing were down here at the bottom, the 1983 Coleco ride-on inserts. So I never saw these as a kid. I've seen them in catalogs and whatnot since I started collecting in 2018, but I thought this was really cool. So on the front, you have rock and roll. And when you open it up, there you get Zach. And then over on the left-hand side, you have a snowmobile, the Arctic Recon Patrol steerable snowmobile, and then the Arctic Patrol bobsled. So anyone outside of where I live, which is in the state of Texas, hopefully you were able to take advantage of these as a kid and you got some snow. Now, growing up, I did grow up in Kansas and we did get quite a bit of snow up there too. But yeah, I didn't know anybody that had these. The other thing, the ride-ons here. So you got the Armored Recon Patrol Vehicle. That looked kind of fun. And then you got your big wheels, basically your Laser Defense Patrol 16-inch power cycle. And then your G.I. Joe Mobile Strike Force 13-inch power cycle. Basically your Hot Wheel big wheels that we got. I was a little too old when this came out. I was 10. I think that's a little bit too old to have that. But I just wanted to look at these real quick, show you all, and I thought they were cool. So anyway, back to 1982. So this is a very, very simple catalog. So it talks about the legend of G.I. Joe. The forces of evil are on the rise. The enemy army of Cobra Command, which is what it was called at the very beginning, an international paramilitary terrorist force, want to conquer the world. Only one group of heroic, dedicated fighting soldiers can stop them. Codename G.I. Joe. This crack mobile strike force will go anywhere and do anything to fight Cobra. Each member of the squad is an expert in the use of ultra-modern small arms, vehicles, and weapons systems. They are specialist trained in the latest fighting techniques. Read their combat command file cards and select the best team members for each mission. Duty, honor, courage is their motto of G.I. Joe, a real American hero. Yo, Joe. All right, so that's really cool. So, yeah, real simple, basic catalog because, right when G.I. Joe launched, this is what we got. This is what started it all for us. There was no cartoons. We didn't get a cartoon until the following year in September, which was the Mass Device miniseries. So we just got commercials talking about the comic. And if you were lucky enough to get a vehicle, you got one of these. Not sure where else you would have got something, but yeah. Now, let's go ahead and on the flip side, flip it over. You get the MOBAT, the motorized battle tank. You control the action. Forward and reverse. Turn left and right. Just like a real tank. That's pretty cool. Powerful motor. Powerful? I don't know. Maybe when it first came out. 42 years, 43, whatever, how many years later, I don't know. But yeah, and it shows it climbing over a book. So that's kind of funny. Make your battle tank climb over obstacles. So yeah, really, really cool. I never had this. Like I said, I never even got the 83 when it was out in 83. So super climbing action. All right, we're going to open this guy up. Special mission offers, G.I. Joe special offers. Save your flag points. And it talks about your flag points. And basically number 3 flag points, multi-purpose attack vehicle. Tells you how many flag points are going to be for each one. Join the G.I. Joe Mobile Strike Force Team Blockbuster Membership Kit. So that's really, really cool. And then you send off to get that. You can enlist in the G.I. Joe Mobile Strike Force and become a team member. You will receive an exciting membership kit and products and benefits that are not available anywhere else. Here's what you get when you join for 1 year. And it talks about you get some dog tags, a web belt, a membership card, a poster, and iron-on emblems, and an annual G.I. Joe Mobile Strike Force newsletter. So who got this? I didn't have this. I didn't see this offer. Anyone watching this video, put it in the comments if you got this. That seems pretty cool. There's the front of it again. So when you open it up this way, this is what you get. And then I'm going to close it back up. And we're going to open it up the other way. All right, now we're going to get into figures and characters and vehicles. 1982. All right, so let's take a close look here. Now, if you notice, some of these actually are not the way they looked when we got them because these were prototypes. But who as a kid noticed this? I started to notice it more in 83 than anything. But so you got Grunt, Flash, Stalker, Zap. So Zap looks a little different, right? Maybe. Looks like he has some lipstick. You got Scarlet, Snake Eyes, everybody's favorite, Breaker, Short Fuse. Short Fuse looks a little bit different, but it's really just the paint. It looks like they have makeup on. I guess they have to for the photo shoot. All right. And then there's Rock and Roll. Now, what really looks different, right, are the Cobra officer and Cobra, as he was just known then at the time. The Trooper wasn't called Trooper at the time. So I think there's a story behind these two prototype figures, that they were from another toy line and they just kind of painted them up and put some stuff on them to because they didn't have the finished product yet. All right, now let's get into the vehicles that came out in 1982. So you got the Flat Cannon, the Ram, and the Jump. So if you notice something different about the Jump here, the stickers are yellow. And there's a yellow sticker here on the control panel, and then the landing pad has a yellow stickers around it. So mine are white, the one that I have. So if you had a Jump early in the day in 82, let me know if it was actually yellow stickers or not. It might just be one of those prototype things again. But I do love how these catalogs placed them in the environment. Super realistic detail, G.I. Joe Combat Series. Figures not included. And then we get to where the figures are included. We get the HAL, the heavy artillery laser, the MMS with leader Hawk, and we get the Vamp. The Battle Series, complete with special G.I. Joe figures not available anywhere else. G.I. Joe Battle Blueprints. Every G.I. Joe action vehicle and weapon systems comes with detailed diagram that explains fully how each vehicle and weapon operates, and then add them to your G.I. Joe Combat Command file. So really, really, really cool. Again, placing them out in the elements, just a little diorama setup, kind of like out on a wall canyon or something like that. But wonder what they mention. Hawk here. For defense against air or tank attacks, missiles rotate and elevate and removable for pretend launches. Pretend launches. So pretend, use your imagination because it's not going to launch itself. Free rolling wheels, detachable, includes G.I. Joe figure Hawk. So it doesn't really tell that Hawk is the leader yet. But this is 1982. Got your vehicles and play sets, Ram motorcycle, Cobra Trooper. Yep. So, who was your first figure in 1982? Did you get in 1982? Or did you get the swivel arms in 1983? My first one was the Mortar Soldier, short fuse. Cobra Officer, Cobra Enemy, and then like number 11, there he is, Cobra. That's all he's known for then. But yeah, so let me know in the comments what you think about this. If you had any of these figures or vehicles or play sets, your experiences with these. Again, it just hits that nostalgic, I guess, dopamine that we have in our heads, in our brains, that just triggers this love for G.I. Joe and our hobby that we have. And, it's something that I'm glad I was able to hold on to a lot of these catalogs. And I still have a lot of my blueprints, and I'll be doing some videos on that as well. I think so. After this, I already did 1983. So we're going to head over to 1984's catalog here shortly. And hopefully you'll tune in for that. But I want to say thank you for everybody watching. Hope everyone has a fantastic week. Everybody take care, and Yo Joe.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.